You're going to start by removing the gerbils from the cage and put them in a holding cage. Just a little one while you're cleaning out their cage. With a little bit of bedding in it. And you will make sure that they have their water bottle inside as well in case they get thirsty during the cleaning. But we do this pretty quick to make sure that they're not stressed. Empty out your food dish and any toys that are in the cage, such as ladders, tubes, etc. Make sure you have a bag. It is going to be what you use to clean out the cage. Plastic bags, trash bags make great bags for this. We're going to use paper towel to push out any of the bedding on your top section of the cage if you have one like mine. If not, then this is not a concern for you. If you have a topper, you want to make sure you try to get it out of all the little crevices and everything. A lot of people have wire toppers where you would just spray it with a cleaner that I'll describe later and give it a quick wipe down. Now we have everything ready. The gerbils are happily waiting for the new clean cage. We're going to move on to the next step of actually removing the bedding. Dirty bedding. You're going to get your bag, open it up, put your hands in the corners, kind of like mitts. That way you can easily scoop out the bedding, like a gerbil digging in the corner. Just going to bundle it up, try to place the bag underneath. Could be a little tricky, but you'll get the hang of it. If you don't want to use a full-size trash bag, you could also use grocery bags, the plastic ones, and use them in the same manner. Get that all good in there, and there's a little bit left over, and that's why you gotta put the bag down, try to get it as open as you can. If you can't do this by yourself, make sure you have help. And then you're going to tip the tank over the bag and empty out the remaining bedding. Practice is perfect. Now we're going to use our Fresh Results. It's a chemical-free cleaner, so that way if it does have a little residue on the glass and the animals lick it, they will not be harmed. It's all natural. You're going to give a couple sprays on the sides of your tank, like so. It's a liberal amount, and on the bottom. You'll use your paper towel, like a squeegee, and wipe the sides thoroughly, trying to get any dust or other residues off the tank. I find that the Fresh Results is a good cleaner to use in between major cleanings. You notice there's nothing extra creepy on the tank. If you feel like it is heavily soiled, you may want to soak the whole tank in a water and soap combination for about a half hour and then rinse out thoroughly. But in this case, it shouldn't be really necessary with gerbils as they are a low odor and urine producing pet. So cleanup can be pretty much a breeze. When I get around the edges to get any dust that's been built up from them chewing. They seem to not mind hanging out in their little holding cage. But I'm sure they're a little worried as this is our new home. And if you have a topper, you will clean it in the same manner. The sides and then bottom last. Now that our tank has been set dry about 10 minutes, you're going to get your bedding and things ready to put into the tank. The boys seem eager as they see their toys awaiting. I use soft granule blend. it holds in very well with odor or urine. I'm gonna pour in just a little bit at first, just a little bit. As you can see, it doesn't look like it would be very suitable for nesting itself to make burrows. So you're just gonna lay it out on the bottom as a grounding. And then you're gonna place in your cardboard tubes, paper towel tubes, toilet paper, and cardboard little goodies you've had lying around saving for your little garbage disposal buddies. You can set it up and arrange it in a way that you think would be fun and interesting to play in. I'm sure your gerbils will appreciate it highly. But don't expect to set up something and for it to stay that way. They are very particular of how they like their house, or at least they make it seem that way. I like to put a good amount of cardboard and things to chew up in there. And over the time of them having their cage, I always add things, every day almost. So now we're going to add some more of the bedding. Kind of cover up some of the cardboard and tubes that you put in the tank. That way it's kind of hidden like a cave. Gerbils really like that. Gives them somewhere to burrow in and help if they're digging in the corners, which is stereotypical, but sometimes you buy them and they already have that behavior, so you try to help them by making a little cave so they can get in there and start it off. Now we're gonna get our little butterinos out. They seem eager. We'll add a little bit of their dirty bedding in from the last cage. Smell of home. Just mix it in a little bit. A handful or two should be enough. Now time to test out new home. A little bit of running around and checking things out. It's clearly not the same, but not as stinky. Added a couple more toys in. Paper bags are great for them to shred up and chew and turn into bedding. That makes that granule bedding a lot easier to burrow in when it has paper and cardboard in it. Place our topper back on if you have one. Put the little ladder to go back up. Simple fit. However you made yours. Very easy for mine to use. Replace the water bottle with fresh new clean water in it. You might have rinsed out the bottle with hot water and the spigot that the water comes from as well. Give it a quick hot rinse. Same thing with the food dish and allow that to dry. That way it's nice and clean. If it's extra gunky, you might want to let it soak with hot water and soap. Make sure to always rinse it very, very good. I'm going to add in a scoop of their food. Bon appetit! Put in their wheel, and that's their cage.